Hello guys, Nazish Munir is here with another exciting video. Today we will discuss best mining PC 2022. Cryptocurrencies are buzzword in fintech cities. Everyone from Elon Musk to a kid at school is talking about cryptocurrencies. In recent years, the popularity and interest in the digital money have only increased. For people who have a similar interest and are looking for the best PCs to mine crypto at home, here is a detailed beginner's guide. We have compiled some of the best cryptocurrency mining PC 2022. It's a beginner's guide so that it will be helpful for those with a basic idea of cryptocurrencies. We covered some cryptocurrency basic and factors to consider when mining cryptocurrencies. Since mining requires immense power, you have to go all in with the most powerful GPU. So it's an experience proportion. Below are my top best mining PC 2022. Number 1 on my list is ASUS ROG GA35. GA35 is one of the satisfactory alternatives for mining cryptocurrency. Talking approximately the GPU, the NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 2080 Super Graphics guarantee you by no means pass over out on power. It can cope with heavy duties easily. To explain a single phrase, it's a mild beast. ASUS ROG GA35 has a liquid cooler that can cool the GPU as much as 9 degrees centigrade. There is an 80 nanometer fan on the return to exhaust the heat. It can efficiently cope with the duties like 4K videos and image modifying software programs. The CPU cupboard comes with a dual chamber layout and there are lots of openings that exhaust the air. While the CPU is Ryzen 9 3900X, it comes with a middle 12 processor and it has 24 threads. The maximum clock velocity can cross as much as 4.6 GHz. The different configuration of the PCs consist of 16 GB of RAM. You get 1 TB of SATA HDD storage and 1 TB of NVMe SSD and SSD. There are also 2.5-inch hot swap SSD bays within the PC. It comes with the Windows 10 pre-hooked up and could get an unfantastic improvement to video games like GTA, V and Forza Horizon. With this PC, you get different gaming peripherals, an RGB keyboard and a mouse. Number 2 on my list is Electrobot Ultra Gaming Tower PC. Electrobot is presenting a few insane specs with their Ultra Gaming Tower PC. It is powered through the Intel Core 1900K processor which has 10 cores. It has a base pace of 3.70 GHz and can overclock to 5.30 GHz to the cooling setup within the PC. The PC is optimized for HD gaming with NVIDIA RTX 378 GB images on board. The PC's overall performance may be top notch, and cryptocurrency mining is not easy gaming. PC's cup of tea. Electrobot can take care of this because of the potent blend of Intel CPU plus NVIDIA GPU. Also, I now no longer neglect approximately custom liquid cooling, a cooling gadget out too while I am talking about mining cryptocurrency. The cooling device's Electrobot gaming PC will no longer best maintain the temperature in looking at it. However, it will also optimize its overall performance. Besides this, it has 32 GB RAM, a 1 TB HDD and 512 GB NVMe storage. It is a great configuration to begin with. The case layout will stand out if positioned in a view of the crowd. It has a clean glass RGB gaming case having 16 color RGB writing case. You will get Windows 10 64-bit trial variant but no May. Without difficulty, set up Windows 11 for free. Electrobot additionally gives a year of warranty. The pricing is much like ASUS ROG Strix GA35. However, the images are tons greater effective in Electrobot since GPU's performance maximum element in mining. This trick may be well worth a try. So friends, number third on my list is MSI MAG Infinite 10th. MSI gives a number of top effective gaming laptop and desktops. MAG Infinite 10th is one of the such advanced through MSI. The full version of this collection comes with GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, 8GB GDDR6 graphics. The GPU's functionality no longer wants to be asked, as it's far regarded for its power. The CPU is of Intel Core i7 10700 collection, which gives a respectable aggregate with NVIDIA graphics. It is an octa-center processor which includes 16 threads. The maximum rapid frequency is 4.8 GHz. You will get one M.2 SSD for storage, one 2 inches driver bay, and two 3.5 inches driver bays. The RAM may extend to 64 GB if you need to invest. Also, it comes with 8 GB of DDR4 RAM. We endure putting 8 GB RAM, 16 GB in Dimensity slots. To take care of thermals, MSI PC has a silent storm cooling device wherein the necessary additives are separated in unique chambers. The MSI MAG capabilities the modern day Wi-Fi 6A6 200 to provide 3 more fast net speeds than a stretched network. MSI MAG Infinite may be a terrific choice thinking about its customization. If you are trying to mine cryptocurrency and feature an effective gaming setup, you may take a look at the MSI MAG Infinite 10th. Number 4 on my list is HP Pavilion Gaming Desktop. This gaming PC from HP gives an outstanding charge to overall performance ratio. In phases of design, the casing is compact and could occupy a small area on your table. The front incorporates a rigid V-formed sample that is barely raised, while there is an excellent quantity of ports, just like the 3.5 mm mixture audio socket, USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports, USB 3.1 Gen 2 ports, an SSD card slot, and one USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports. These are Type 3 and Type C ports. Unlike ROG Strix, which gives a more extraordinary gaming and realistic look, HP attempts to preserve it simple. But do not no longer mistake its functionality through simply searching on the design. The electricity button has a red LED. The most superficial aspect you will discover light up in a non-RGB computer. Coming to the overall performance, you get the RTX 3060 Ti 8 GB photos with both AMD and Intel. If one is going for the AMD options, it comes with Ryzen 7. In any other case, there is an Intel i7 11th Gen processor. It is virtually your take with which CPU will go. However, be aware each successful combination is sufficient to deal with heavy workloads. Also, the Ryzen plus NVIDIA mixture is barely inexpensive. The 11th Gen Intel Core i7 can clock as much as 49 GHz with Intel Turbo Boost, even as the AMD Ryzen 7 has maximum frequency of as much as 4.6 GHz. The PC has 16 GB of RAM, which may accelerate to 32 GB. In phases of storage, it has 1 TB M.2 PCIe SSD. The HP Pavilion gaming desktop comes with preset of Windows 11 and Microsoft Office Home and Student. Therefore, you get the Microsoft offerings virtually freed from cost. The most specific aspect is that the cooling element is not correctly designed. In contrast to ROG Strix, The thermals want to be stored in taking a look at while you are mining cryptocurrency. So friends, our video will end here, but we will discuss significant factors to consider in a PC for crypto mining. First of all is GPUs, means graphics processing unit. GPUs are those to take a maximum of workload. An effective GPU will mine greater in much less time. Thereby, one-time funding can be excellent for the lengthy run. Second factor is cooling system. The GPUs can operate at a complete pace the entire time you are mining. Without a cooling gadget, the PC temperature will upward thrust and can overheat, inflicting a gadget failure. Therefore, a fantastic cooling device desired to be inside the PC to preserve the gadget's overall performance and hold it optimal. Third factor is CPU or central processing unit. The presence of CPU will make sure the GPU works efficiently. Fourth factor is RAM capacity. RAM won't play a prime function in cryptocurrency mining, but your PC is probably sluggish to load if you are jogging a few different applications. Number 5 is security software. Once you begin mining crypto, we are confident you may now no longer like intrudes hacking your gadget and taking all of your crypto assets. You must appear out for a few dependable crypto safety software programs to keep away from any mishap. My guide is for people who need to start their mining adventure and get a pre-construct laptop at home. The high quality element is your could continually improve your PC each time required. And yes, if you are gamer, it's a bonus. Well, pass beforehand and discover those PCs and do allow us to realize how become you are real in with them. Thank you guys. See you very soon and discuss something important in the next video.